Hey guys, today I want to show you two fixed loop knots that can be tied in the middle of a rope. I've got some Paramax here. Paramax is not climbing rope, although these knots can be used in climbing, but it's roughly the same diameter, and with this larger size you can see what I'm doing a lot better. So what each of these knots has in common is that they can be tied in the bight, which means that you don't need access to either end of the rope in order to tie the knot. So if both sides are already attached to something, it's pretty nice to be able to just tie a knot in the middle. I'm going to start with the farmer's loop. So I'm going to start by wrapping the cord around my hand. I'm going to do 3 passes, so 1, 2, 3. So one side's coming off the bottom, one side's coming off the top. I'm going to toss this up here, get it out of the way. Alright, so now we want to take this cord and bring it underneath the middle cord and then over the top of our left cord. And we're kind of going to do the same thing with the left cord. This cord here, we're going to pull it underneath that cord that we just looped over and then over the top of what was the middle cord. And now up through this loop, we're just going to pull that middle cord. And we want to mostly tighten down these cords as we're doing it. We also kind of want to alternate back and forth, keeping that loop in there so it doesn't slide out. Once it's tightened down, it should look something like this. This is a pretty secure knot. It's not going to come undone by pulling on either end or one end of the loop. It doesn't really roll. So this knot can be used for hanging things in your garage or for tying down a load in a truck. There's a lot of different instances where you'd want a loop in the middle of your cord. This can also be used towards the end of a cord. It just makes a good secure loop wherever it is in the rope. Alright, so the next one is a little bit more popular, and for good reason. It's just a little bit easier to tie and probably easier to untie too when you want to take it out of the rope. It's the Alpine Butterfly. You've probably heard the name before, even if you don't know what it is, but this one's very popular in climbing. To make this one, we're going to start similar. I'm going to have my hand this way this time. And we're just going to wrap it around our hand, like this. Wrap it across the top, and then come into the middle here, and then down across to the other side. So we have both cords coming off the bottom of my hand in this one. So there's the ropes crossed in my palm, and then the ropes are also crossed behind my fingers. Then we're going to take this loop across my fingers, pull it down to the bottom of the front side, and pull it up underneath those crisscrossed cords. At this point, when you have the loop, you can pull it off of your hand and tighten down all 3 ends again, the loop and the 2 single cords. And this one should look about like this. So I like the Alpine Butterfly just because it's a little bit easier to remember how to tie. I like the symmetrical look of it, and as you'll see here, it's just really easy to untie. I can just take my thumbs and pull these 2 retaining loops apart, and that loosens the whole thing so that I can pull the loop out of the cord and the whole thing comes undone. So here's our 2 knots side by side. We've got the farmer's loop and the Alpine Butterfly. You can see how they look a little bit different, and hopefully this tutorial has showed you why I believe the Alpine Butterfly is a little bit better and easier to tie, and why they're useful even if you aren't a climber. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope to see you around again. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.